We've already got one comment. I'm not dressed up as Solo for this, but I have an Ultimate Warrior vest on while I laze on a sunbed in Turkey, which I will say, as a first-time visitor to Turkey, it is very cool, very nice. It's not very cool, it's very hot, but it is very nice. So, first recommendation of this video is visit Turkey. We're in the Lara Barak Collection Resort, and as you can see by the pool, and this is one of the cooler days. It's currently 36 degrees. Yes, so hopefully everyone can hear me. I'll give it a few minutes. But before we start with the SummerSlam preview, a few thank yous. We have hit over 5,000 subscribers. I don't know how this has happened, but it's happened. Something like 5,100 subscribers. Well spotted, the Razor Ramon cap. Do you know? So I've been on holiday for 4 or 5 days now. No one's made any comments about the Razor Ramon hat, but they have. I'm not going to show you my feet, but I'm going to show you these. They have. I had one guy in the lift on day one talk to me about WrestleMania 40, saw my WrestleMania 40 sliders, and asked me if I was a fan. Obviously I was a fan. I told him that I went with my daughter, and it was the best WrestleMania of all time. So 2 thank yous. One for the 5,000 celebrities. 5,000 celebrities? I'm not drunk, I promise you. I'm only sponsored by Turkish Fanta at the moment. They're very comfortable as well, these sliders. They've become very handy around the pool this week. So thank you for those. And also one of our videos, this is amazing, one of our videos has had 30,000 views. So we've had our video which is meeting the WWE superstars, where me and Talia have met a few WWE superstars, very lucky that we are to meet them, has hit 30,000. I know it is disloyal to C4, but I've had no energy drinks, no C4, no Prime or anything like that this holiday. I've been to the gym only twice in the last week as well. You know, sadly, Fanta or C4 or Prime are not actually sponsoring this channel. But if any of those drinks, or any drink, even that 69p energy drink that you can buy from the newsagent, would like to sponsor this channel, then please do get in touch. I'm just going to open this Fanta, and then I'm going to preview SummerSlam. So, all 7 matches. So I realised as I was looking through the match card of SummerSlam, 6 title matches and 1 non-title match, which is probably the most looking forward to match of the thing. So let's start with let's open my Fanta. Start with the Intercontinental title match between Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn. So they had a good match, I think, at Clash. What am I talking about? They didn't have a match at Clash. At Money in the Bank, and Sami somehow scraped the victory. But if I was a betting man, I would say there is going to be a new Intercontinental Champion after Saturday night. I think they're building up Braun Breaker well. I think Braun Breaker wins. Thank you for the compliment on the Ultimate Warrior t-shirt vest thing that I've got on. As you can see, I haven't just dressed like this for this. This is how I normally dress. Every t-shirt I think I brought on holiday or vest is a WWE related vest or wrestling related vest. Yeah, exactly. That's a really good comment from Clark Kent there. Breaker does look the part. He does look and kill you. He is. Obviously his spear is good, and the what do they call it? Frankensteiner. They don't call it Frankenstein, they call it something else. But whatever it is, a Frankensteiner off the top rope where he holds his balance, does the pose and does it is very impressive too. Hi to all 3 of our watchers, by the way, as well. And it's good, but I think that's still the most impressive thing about Braun Breaker is his speed. For someone that size, it's like legit like Brock Lesnar when he was the next big thing. That speed across the ropes, even without the ropes, using the ropes and just and obviously his spear that he does outside. So I like Sami. Who doesn't like Sami? Everyone likes Sami. I feel that the Intercontinental title reign is coming to an end at SummerSlam. And then God knows who's going to beat Braun Breaker for that, because I feel like he may hold that for a while. So that's my first prediction for SummerSlam. The next one is US title match. So Logan Paul, if you've been following social media, following the news, has been in the news a lot. I've actually deleted Twitter and Instagram for this holiday to try and have a little social media detox. But I've seen on the news that Logan Paul has been a jackass with his comments about the Algerian boxing lady, who is a lady, who was born a lady, and there's a load of controversy around that, but he is thing. But yeah, so he's in the news about that because he's made some very bold comments about being unfair, sport being unfair. And Sami Zayn has also put something out about, I think basically Sami Zayn's not allowed to tweet too much about Palestine or to get too political. Yeah, Logan Paul can say what he wants. Obviously, he hosted Donald Trump on his podcast, on his YouTube show, Impulsive, which is the second biggest YouTube channel behind GW Wrestling Talk, of course. So he's in there. So anyway, now I'm actively hoping that Logan Paul loses. And I'm sure many people are. And it'll be interesting to see what reception he gets in Cleveland. I mean, obviously some people may agree with him, and that's their prerogative, but LA Knight deserves the title. He's been in such a thing. I was lucky enough to be at SummerSlam last year, and LA Knight winning the Battle Royal was one of the few highlights of a rubbish SummerSlam, I have to say. It wasn't a great SummerSlam, but he's, I think it's time for LA Knight. It's crazy that he hasn't won a title when he's been so popular for about 18 months, almost 2 years now. It's a quick person to question where I am. Well, I am in Turkey. I am in Lara Beach in Turkey. I'm very much enjoying this. It's 36 degrees at the moment. So a little bit warmer than the normal surroundings of London, and sitting at a kitchen table or sitting at a desk or sitting somewhere doing a show for GW Wrestling Talk. So yeah, so that's Logan, and I don't know who's going to win. I don't know who's going to win. I would like the LA Knight to take the title. Ageism. What's ageism? I'm calling me old. It's Clark Kent calling me old. I'm getting off with a drink. Okay, thank you. I've already got my drink, as you can see. So next match, what match we preview next? The WWE Women's Championship, Nia Jax and Bayley. Who do we think is going to win this one? I don't actually know. I like Bayley. I've always liked Bayley. Big Bayley fan. But I don't know if she keeps the title. Obviously, wild card in this whole situation is Tiffany Stratton, who's got the Money in the Bank, who is aligned with Nia for how long. She's aligned with Nia, we shall see. Oh, ageism for LA Knight. Oh, I see what you mean, because he's quite old. Yeah, older, and he's had a late peak. But let's see, he may win the US title in a couple of days' time. Hopefully he wins the US title in a couple of days' time. Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax is on her best run. She's having her best matches. I think she's best character, her best thing that she's had since she's come back this time. So I think she could do it. This twist with Tiffany, does it mess it up? I don't know, it's interesting. I don't know who wins that one. My hope is Bayley. The other women's match, this match, it's hard, between this match and the CM Punk match, what match I'm looking forward to most. I think Liv and Rhea, the storyline has been excellent. The vignette this week with Liv burning the stuff, burning Carlito's PlayStation, which was hilarious, PlayStation 5. Liv's doing her best work. Rhea's obviously been hot for ages. Purely wrestling, you think Liv's going to lose tonight to Rhea Ripley. You've got the Dominic situation. Is it all a twist? Is there a turn? There's the Judgment Day. There's Finn Balor, who's obviously, there's been hints with Finn and Liv, the room key and other bits and pieces. She helped them win the tag titles. There's quite a lot going on in that situation. I absolutely will have a huge crowd reaction. I think it's my second most looking forward to match of the night, apart from CM Punk, is the CM Punk and Drew, and I think they've built those two on Raw. That's why Raw has been better. I mean, anyone in the comments who's watching wants to disagree, but the last couple of months, Raw has been a much better show than SmackDown. And it's not just because Roman Reigns is not on it, because Roman Reigns was not on a lot of SmackDowns for a lot of the last 4 or 5 years, and it was still the better show. But Raw, there's Dom turn on Rhea, there's Finn turn on Dom, there's Finn turn on Rhea. What happens with Priest, because let's go to the Priest and Gunther match now. Again, I'm actually looking forward to this. I really like Damian Priest. Gunther's obviously amazing. I think Gunther's going to win. I would like Damian Priest to retain. I have to say, I'm shocked how well Damian Priest's title reign has been. I'm shocked in a positive way. I thought, I was there at WrestleMania. It was an amazing moment when CM Punk hit Drew after a while. Brilliant build-up. Damian Priest cashes in Money in the Bank, great moment. You think he's going to lose it at Backlash, he's going to lose it at Clash, he's going to. I mean, I was 99% certain. I was in the crowd at Clash. Carlito gets a new PlayStation. I mean, that's all it takes for Carlito to turn, I think, spit an apple at someone. But I reckon, yeah, this one, I think Gunter wins. If it's just a wrestling match, no interference, I cannot see Gunter getting pinned again. I know he's only been pinned twice in WWE, Ilya Dragunov in NXT, I think it is, and then obviously Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. I cannot see Gunter getting pinned. Obviously, there's interference, but generally don't get it on the pay-per-view, I would say PLEs. I can't see that happening. So I reckon Gunter becomes the new World Heavyweight Champion in that one. So then the men's, the Royal things, I'm going to leave my most favourite match to the end. US title we've done. What else have we done? There's someone in the comments. Oh, okay. So the main event, I think, Gunter does have presence. And I really like this feud as well. I mean, I was looking forward to the match anyway because I think it'll be a good match. But actually the feud with calling him a street trash, which reminds me, for anyone who is old enough to remember Aladdin, and Jafar was calling Aladdin street trash, it just keeps constantly reminding me of the street trash comments that Jafar used to call Aladdin. But I really like it. And Damian Priest has got really good babyface reactions from the crowd as well, which is good. He deserves it. He's good on the mic. He's good in the ring. He could have had that really bad injury with that. What happened at Clash of the Castle continued, was obviously fine. And, I mean, it was a great ending to Clash of the Castle as well, with him retaining. Obviously, then Drew tries to cash in on him and he pins him. Then gives us some big wins. But the only thing I'm thinking is, I don't know, Gunther's not German, he's Austrian, but he will have a big fan base in Germany. And there's Clash at the Castle at the end. My oldest, you still don't remember that. How can you not remember? Just your memory is just not as good as mine. So I think Gunther does. Sorry, I just got a notification from Nando's. I don't know why I got a notification from Nando's. I've probably had too much Nando's, that's why. I think Gunther does win, but I'm loving Damian Priest's run at the moment. So we'll see that. So yeah, so the main event, no, let's do it in order because that will be the main event, Cody and Solo. So the match I'm most looking forward to, probably most people are most looking forward to, is special guest referee Seth freaking Rollins, CM Punk, first solo match on TV in over 10 years in WWE against Drew McIntyre in what has been, alongside Rhea. I don't think there is Nando's in Turkey, but we've had some amazing food. I have to say again, shout out to the Lara Beach Collection Hotel in Lara Beach in Turkey, Antalya. Unreal food here. Big recommendation if anyone's ever thinking of doing a week all-inclusive resort. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. Drew probably needs a win. CM Punk can't lose. Yeah, exactly. It is the best kayfabe in a long time. Seth, they all hate each other. I mean, the two that probably don't hate each other as much is Drew and Seth, but they've had a great rivalry. They've great matches. Great match at WrestleMania. Great match at, I think it was Night of Champions in Saudi, like before Christmas. They've always had really good things. Hi, Matt. Or Matt with many T's. Who's going to win? I want comments. Who's going to win? CM Punk. There's a big prediction there. Cena wins the Royal Rumble. Rock v Roman night 1 to night 2 Cody v Cena. That is an interesting prediction, but I will have to say one thing to that. If The Rock is wrestling Roman Reigns, there is no way it's only night 1 at WrestleMania. It is the night 2 main event, and John Cena and Cody Rhodes can suck it, and they'll suck it up and have night 1 and suck it. They can have night 1. There's no way the chairman or whatever he is, president, chairman, board member, The Rock is only going to have a night 1 main event only when he's wrestling. So I reckon that is an interesting shout for those 2 main events of night 1 and night 2 of WrestleMania. But if those are the 2 main events, I reckon it's a lot of questions about The Rock wrestling a singles match. I was there. He can go. He'll be fine. He's going to be wrestling Roman Reigns, who can go 50-minute matches every WrestleMania main event. Even if he wrestles Cody Rhodes, you could definitely go 50-minute match. I mean, it doesn't have to be a 50-minute match. He can go. They can carry him. The Rock is it gets a lot of criticism, and obviously some hilarious memes after that documentary about The Rock inventing everything to do with everything. But I think, maybe he's got massive ego. Of course he's got massive ego. He's The Rock. Did no one watch wrestling in the mid-90s, late 90s? He's The Rock. That was his character. He has got a massive ego. I don't think 10 minutes max my ass. He can do 25 minutes. He can do a main event. I mean, his entrance is 25 minutes anyway, so you add that on, it's a 50-minute match before you know it. Roman Reigns' entrance is also another 25 minutes, and you've got an hour there and then. And quite frankly, if it's in Vegas, well, no, it is in Vegas, and it's night 2, that's the main event. No, night 1. Anyway, I wanted predictions for my 18 viewers of who's going to win between between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. I think this is a tough one to call. There's obviously going to be controversy. You don't think The Rock can do 25 minutes? Do you know who The Rock is? It's the pie-eating, eyebrow-raising, jabroni-beating, Fanta-drinking, people's champ. I don't know how to predict this one. Seth's going to do something. CM Punk, I don't know. CM Punk can't lose in his first match. That's my only thing. But he did lose in the Rumble, didn't he? So, and even he lost in the Rumble, even though, as we know now from the documentary, the plan was Cody not to face Roman, and he still lost in the Rumble. The Rock is not in it's early 50s, isn't he? I don't know. Someone Wikipedia how old The Rock actually is. I think he's like 51 or 52, and he is in shape more than 99% of people who are younger than him. So I think he can go, and he was fine. I mean, I don't know, maybe because I was there, but he was fine on night 1, and he could go. And obviously there was breaks in the matches and table things and bits and pieces. So to the main event, if we get sidetracked, we can go back to WrestleMania shortly. But to the main event, Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa. Cody's going to win this. Solo Sikoa can't be the champion, can't be the WWE champion. I've got people coming and interrupting me. I've got some real life fans coming to interrupt me. Muscle doesn't help stamina, Asif says. Muscle doesn't help stamina. Yeah, but he can go. Yeah, that's the hopeful prediction. A big return. Jimmy Uso. We want Jimmy Uso to return. That's the big return. At SummerSlam. Well, I mean, everyone's hoping for the big return, but we might not get the big return. So we might just get Cody Rhodes beating Solo Sikoa, and that might be quite disappointing. Obviously, storyline has been built over the last 2 SmackDowns, which, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, hasn't been brilliant. But we've seen Randy Orton's, taken out in inverted commas. Kevin Owens taken out. I'm not doing my inverted commas very well. Taken out in inverted commas. So really, does Cody have any friends left? The fan is Talia, so she'll know what's coming if I ask her what her name is. And she's gone back in the pool. Her prediction is Cody Rhodes, by the way. I think everyone's prediction is Cody Rhodes. So we've got Tangaloa, Jacob Fatu, and Solo Sikoa pretty much against Cody Rhodes, and then maybe. But what I will say, surely if we do get the return, he's not coming to help Cody. He's coming because Solo keeps calling himself the head of the table and the tribal chief. And also they put Heyman through a table, and also Jimmy's hurt. So everyone's expecting that. What if would everyone be disappointed if we just got a Paul Heyman and a Jimmy Uso return at the end of this? Yeah, no one in their right mind is predicting Solo, that is true. I don't think anyone is thinking that Solo's going to win. But imagine if he did. I wouldn't mind it. Dun. Taking it all. Yeah, I think so this is an interesting point. The last few shows have been 5 matches, and they've been really good shows. Money in the Bank was good. Clash at the Castle, I went there, was good. Last few short shows have been good. This is 7 matches, so it's going to be a 3.5, pushing 4-hour show. I will say, from being in the crowd, which was, sorry to anyone from Detroit watching this, but that crowd in Detroit last year for SummerSlam was monkey crap. Absolute monkey crap. And people will say, it was the Ronda and Shayna Baszler match that killed it. And maybe it was that match that killed it, but it was pretty shit before, to be honest, and it's pretty shit since. It wasn't a great crowd. I mean, maybe the main event wasn't great, but if you watch it back, Charlotte versus Asuka versus Bianca Belair is a fantastic match, triple threat match, and then you get the Io Sky cash in. The crowd was absolutely dead for it. Crowd was then dead for the Roman match, which I know people will say went on for too long, and maybe the thing. So what will be interesting is saying Cody versus Solo. Cody it is indeed Cody versus Solo for the undisputed Universal Championship. So I think we will get Cody retention more than likely, and then maybe a return or 2 or 3 or none, and then everyone will have to just be happy with Cody winning the belt. I think Cody's got mileage in it, because I think Cody has got an interesting comment. Too early for him. I've heard this build up with some stable and golf. This is not a bad shout. Jimmy could come back. Heyman could come back with Jimmy. Do you just save Roman's return? He doesn't have to come back. Cody doesn't. Obviously, there's a big match there for Cody. Cody's got a Randy Orton match coming down the line at some point. Maybe Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, something like that. Hopefully Rikishi does not interfere. Although if anyone, I don't follow Rikishi on whatever. He's got a YouTube channel, not as good obviously as GW Wrestling Talk. But I don't think he's hi to Danilo. I don't think it's as clear cut as him returning, as the tribal chief, the head of the table returning. I'm getting yanked from my sunbed now by the mini little Solar Sokoa. Do you want the bed or do you want the towel?
I want to be shown.
Hey?
I want to be shown.
Alright, cover yourself with the towel. Let's cover yourself. Right. Have you got any predictions? You want to say hi?
Hi.
You have any predictions?
No.
No. Okay. Thanks. Great contribution. She looks like something out of Prey, if you've ever seen Predator. Right. So, too early to return. Yeah, I prefer 5-match format, but it's SummerSlam and they're going to move to 2 nights. You're waving to no one. SummerSlam is 2 nights. SummerSlam will be 2 nights soon. Someone said The Rock could come back. What are the chances of The Rock coming back? I would say 0. Oh yeah, can I have some crisps? If you get some, can I have some? Sorry, I'm just putting my order in for crisps. Still sponsored by Tango Fanta. I have spoken about the real main. As I said, those are the 2 real main events. Liv versus Rhea. I didn't actually say who I think was going to win out of Liv and Rhea. I just said the possibilities of what could happen. I think Liv. I really want Liv to retain.
Too.
Yeah, well, obviously Talia wants Liv to retain. Biggest Liv #1 fan over here. But I want her to retain. But will she retain? Or will she burn Dom Dom to the ground?
Ooh.
So this is slightly off thing. So if you've ever watched Mean Girls, this is basically the Liv Morgan revenge tour. Is basically the revenge party in Mean Girls. Now this has gone off into thing. What crisps?
One.
Crisps. Are you getting crisps? Are you going to get crisps?
Mummy.
Okay. Liv is an awesome heel, and her bit with the fire last week, the stuff where she obviously with Dom Dom. I don't know exactly. Do we think Liv and Finn are in cahoots?
What does that mean?
Or like pals? Are you getting crisps? Can I have another Fanta, please?
Hello.
I'm not seeing Mean Girls. Watch Mean Girls, the old one and the new one. It's one of the best films.
Ever.
So do we think? So that's and yeah. So who do you think? CM Punk or Drew McIntyre? Who's actually going to win though? You have to say it loudly.
CM Punk.
CM Punk. This is exactly HBK, Brett, Undertaker, SummerSlam 97. One of my favourite endings to any WWE event. And one of the best endings. Check it out on the network if you've never seen that. There's no Pepsi here for Clark Kent asking about Pepsi. There's Coke Zero here. Exactly. CM Punk dunks. Seth hits Hunk with the chair. Punk wins. That is perfect. That is one of the best endings. Oh, you wouldn't have seen it. I'll show you on the network when we get back to the room later on the thing. So Shawn Michaels was the referee It was Undertaker against Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Undertaker was champion. Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels hated each other, like pretty much like Drew and Punk hate each other, or Seth and Punk hate each other. And Shawn Michaels definitely didn't want Bret Hart to win, but Shawn Michaels, the referee, swung the chair, tried to hit Bret Hart. Bret Hart ducked, hit Undertaker. Undertaker knocked out, had to count because he was a referee, had to count, and Bret Hart became the champion for the 5th time. I remember him doing 5 times.
Wait, but he doesn't have to count because he's special guest.
But I think in the rules in 1997, Shawn Michaels had to count, and we were suspended or something like that. Clark Kent said, "You're going to be that guy in there next to Shawn Michaels, looks so young." She's already seen it. Sexy Boy is one of her favourite theme tunes, isn't it?
Yeah.
So she knows Shawn Michaels. So I think, we could, so we could see anything. I think those are the 2 matches, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre with Seth, the clown, the walking clown emoji, and then Liv and Rhea. Those should be the main events. And we'll see what happens with Solo. We'll see what happens with Cody. And we'll see what happens if we get a return of Jimmy?
Uso.
Jimmy Uso. We'll see what happens with that. But I would say SummerSlam thing. Oh, Charlotte. There's a few people saying Charlotte Flair might return. She's been injured for, what is this, 7, 8 months?
She could come beat Rhea up and make Liv win.
She could come with Tyler. I don't know if you can hear Tyler because I'm on my AirPods, but she said, there's another woo! You're going to give it a big woo?
Woo.
That was the worst woo ever.
Woo.
Woo! Woo! You sound like a Cockney. Hopefully we get a Charlotte Flair return. Would be great. We are big Charlotte Flair fans here. And actually, she could return in that. She could come back and help Bayley. 2 of the 4 horsewomen, because Bayley might need help from Nia Jax and
Liv.
Tiffy time.
Yeah, and because Rhea and
Oh yeah, Rhea and Charlotte. Yeah, she could help that. We would enjoy. He said you got your woo spot on. Do another woo.
Woo!
Woo! Now people are just looking at us around the pool like, who are these clowns wooing? So Charlotte Flair could return. So I think we've got a very interesting SummerSlam. We will be watching it on Sunday morning in Turkey by the pool on the iPad. In between going in the pool, we'll be watching matches. So actually the 7-match format might work better for us. Very much looking forward to it. Oh, before that, we've got SmackDown, 2 tag team title matches. Got there's Absolute Clowns, DIY, who I am not a fan of, going up against the Bloodline. The Bloodline, all the way. I have to say, Tommaso, whatever the other one's name is, not fans of Johnny Gargano and Tommaso. Yanked off this thing now.
They're big idiots.
Yeah, Charlie said they're big idiots. So we're not watching the thing. And then obviously we've got Bianca and Jade Cargill with their rematch against the Scottish girls Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. Talia, the angriest I've ever seen Talia at wrestling was when they lost the belts at Clash at the Castle. So Talia's hoping for a retention from a regain from them. Clark Kent is a massive fan of Gargano and Ciampa. We are not a massive fan. I've never been a fan. I get it. I don't know. We're waiting for our drinks. We might have to go and help. So this might be us signing out. Any last questions?
No, I haven't been in it.
Okay. Goodbye.
What?
Peace out. A-Town. Go.